Welcome to Shellbrook Speaks Out, where we explore ideas, thoughts, and perspectives purely from our own point of view. Please note that the discussions in this podcast are based on personal opinions and should not be taken as professional advice or factual information. We encourage you to think critically, do your own research, and form your own conclusions. Thanks for tuning in, and let's dive into today's topic. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to my insomniacs, good night to you. This is Shellbrook Speaks Out, and I am your host, Ben Shellbrook. On today's episode, I'm going to talk about the importance of spending time with our children. So if you're not a parent, not planning on being a parent, you hate kids, etc., this might not be for you. But if you do fall into one of those categories, even down to a babysitter that actually cares about doing a great job, then hone in on what I'm getting ready to talk about. So with no further delay, let's go ahead and get started. In today's fast-paced world, where work demands and social obligations and personal goals pull us in every direction, it's easy to lose sight of the small but profoundly important moments in life. As parents, we often feel the pressure to do it all, to provide for our families, achieve career success, and maintain our personal lives. Yet, amid all these responsibilities, one of the most important commitments we can make is to our children, particularly during their formative years. Time is a precious commodity, and the moments we spend with our children while they're growing up shape not only their development, but also the relationship with them. While it's tempting to think that our kids will always be there, waiting for us when we have more free time, the truth is, childhood is fleeting. We don't get very much time with it. Those early years are also crucial, and the time we invest today will pay dividends in the future. In this episode, we'll dive into why spending time with our children matters so deeply, and how growing up alongside them benefits both them and us. So, let me talk about the power of being present. What does it mean to truly be present with our children? It's not just about sitting in the same room while scrolling through emails or finishing work on your computer. It's about engaging with them on a deep, emotional, and intellectual level, being there for the big milestones and the small moments alike. Imagine a child coming home from school, excited to share something that they learned. If a parent is too distracted to listen, the child may feel that what they have to say isn't important. Over time, this pattern repeats. It could also affect the child's confidence and willingness to open up. On the other hand, if the parent stops what they're doing, makes eye contact, and engages with genuine interest, it sends a powerful message. You're saying to your child, "You matter to me. What you have to say is important." This simple act of attentiveness builds a sense of self-worth in the child and reinforces their emotional security. And research backs this up. Studies show that children who feel their parents are present are more consistently engaged in their lives, are more likely to develop emotional intelligence, and have better coping mechanisms for stress. One study published in the Journal of Family Psychology found that the quality of time spent with children, particularly in interactive activities like playing or talking, it directly impacts their academic performance and social skills later in life. And it's not just about attending the big events like sports games, school recitals, birthdays, etc. Those are all important too. But it's about the everyday, seemingly insignificant moments that make up the tapestry of childhood. If you take 10 minutes to read a bedtime story, or having breakfast together before school, or even a quick conversation on the car ride home, these moments may seem small to us as adults, but they are monumental to a child. One example would be, let's think about bedtime routines. For many families, bedtime can kind of be chaotic. There's brushing teeth, getting your pajamas on, and rushing through the last minute chaos before lights out. But when we slow down and incorporate a bedtime ritual, something as simple as reading a story together, we're creating a special bond. Imagine a parent reading the same beloved book night after night. Soon the child begins to anticipate the story. They begin memorizing the lines and chiming in at their favorite parts. That shared experience, repeated daily, becomes a touchstone, a comforting constant that strengthens the relationship. You can also build stronger bonds through shared experiences. One of the most powerful ways to bond with our children is through shared experiences. Whether it's a weekly family game night, a weekend trip to the park, or something as simple as cooking dinner together, these moments help foster a connection that transcends that everyday hustle and bustle of life. Take, for instance, a father who regularly plays catch in the backyard with his kid. It might seem like just a bit of fun, tossing a ball back and forth. But those moments of connection can lead to deeper conversations and a sense of trust. When a parent takes time for these activities, they show that they value spending time with their kid, which also helps to strengthen their bond. Shared experiences don't have to be grand or elaborate to be meaningful. Consider the example of a family that makes it a point to have dinner together every night, no matter how busy the day's been. During those meals, they take turns talking about their day, the good, the bad, and everything in between. Over time, this routine creates a safe space for communication and connection. When the child grows older and faces bigger challenges, they're more likely to feel comfortable turning to their parents for advice and support because that bond of trust has been nurtured over years of daily interactions. Even simple routines like walking the dog together or having a Sunday morning breakfast becomes opportunities for meaningful engagement. It's in these small, everyday moments that children feel the most loved, the most heard, and the most seen. Another example would be a mother and a daughter who spend time baking every weekend. At first, it's about learning how to measure flour or crack an egg, but over time, these baking sessions become a space for deeper conversations. The daughter begins to open up about her day at school, her friendships, her worries, knowing that she has a captive audience in her mom. The ritual of baking becomes more than just a fun activity. It becomes a foundation for trust and communication that lasts into adolescence and beyond. It's easy to think of parenting as a one-way street. Parents teach, children learn. The end. But the truth is, parenting is a journey of mutual growth. As we guide our children through life, we're also learning about them. We're learning about ourselves and about the world. Children have an extraordinary ability to remind us of what it's like to be truly present in the moment. While we as adults are often caught up in our own worries and to-do list, children live in the now. They're fascinated by a caterpillar crawling across the sidewalk, captivated by the way rain sounds against the window, or thrilled by the discovery of a new game. When we spend time with them, we're invited into that world, a world of curiosity, wonder, and joy. Consider how a simple activity like playing in the park can become a learning experience for both parent and child. The parent might teach the child how to swing or catch a ball, but in turn, the child teaches the parent how to be fully present, how to let go of distractions, and how to embrace the joy of the moment. Imagine a father who, after a long day at work, decides to sit down with his young daughter and build a Lego castle. At first, he's focusing on doing it, air quotes, right, following the instructions, making sure every piece is in its place. But as the daughter takes creative liberties, building towers that don't quite fit, or adding pieces that just don't belong, the father realizes that the point isn't perfection, It's about the process. By letting go of his need to control the outcome, he's able to connect with his daughter on a deeper level, enjoying the time spent together rather than worrying about the end result. As parents, we're often surprised by the lessons we learn from our children. They teach us patience, empathy, and resilience. They remind us to slow down and to appreciate the little things and find joy in the simple pleasures of life. In many ways, we grow up alongside our children, learning and evolving as they do. The time we spend with our children in their early years lays the foundation for their future well-being. Children who grow up feeling loved, supported, and valued are more likely to become confident, compassionate adults. They're better equipped to handle the challenges of life because they know they have a strong support system behind them. But beyond the long-term benefits, there's something immediate and irreplaceable about being there for the everyday moments of childhood. The days may seem long, but the years are short. Before we know it, our children are all grown, and the opportunities to build those connections will have passed us. Think about a child learning to ride a bike. For a parent, this might seem like a small milestone, but for the child, it's a moment of triumph. When a parent is there, holding the seat, offering encouragement and cheering them on, it becomes a shared memory that strengthens the bonds between them. And years later, when the child reflects on their childhood, those moments of support and togetherness will stand out as some of the most meaningful. As we come to an end with this conversation, it's important to remember that spending time with our children isn't just a responsibility, it's also a privilege. The moments we spend with them, the memories we create, and the bonds we build will last a literal lifetime. By being present, engaging in shared experiences, and growing alongside our children, we give them the greatest gift of all: our time, our love, and our attention. So let's take the time to cherish these moments. Let's prioritize our children, not just for their sake, but for ours. Because in the end, the time we spend with them is the time we'll never regret. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, I'll catch you later. Well, that's it for today's episode of Shellbrook Speaks Out. A big thanks to Intertwine for providing the music. Be sure to go over and check them out on Spotify. If you've enjoyed the show, head over to benshellbrook.com where you can grab some merch and find other ways to support the podcast. You can also show your support directly by clicking the support button on our website or through Buy Me a Coffee. Links to everything are in the episode description. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you on the next time. This is Ben Shellbrook signing off. Have a great day.